Your happiness tomorrow is already being decided within the first hour after you wake up, before you send a message, before you check social media, before your day even begins. Many assume long-term happiness depends on success, money, or luck, but human biology tells a very different story. The sequence of the first 60 minutes influences your stress levels, focus, and emotional resilience for the subsequent 16 hours. Your morning is programming your brain, but most people are running the wrong program. This timeline tracks brain chemistry after sleep. This steep ascent is the cortisol awakening response. Your brain is vulnerable, flooded with action hormones. Grabbing a phone hijacks this. Scrolling accelerates the cortisol spike into a volatile stress loop, forcing a defensive posture immediately. Without deliberate intervention, starting the morning in a digitally reactive state taints your cognitive filter. For the remainder of the day, you are effectively training your brain to scan for threats and stressors the moment it wakes up. The first step to rewiring this process, minute 1, is to replace the phone grab with a 60-second wake-up reset. 10 deep, intentional breaths. Deep breaths activate the parasympathetic nervous system, lowering cortisol to break the stress spike. At minute 2, water restores overnight dehydration, improving cognitive focus and SD. For minutes 3 to 5, sunlight triggers serotonin, stabilizing energy levels and locking in your circadian rhythm. In 5 minutes, you have biologically stabilized your brain. You have neutralized the immediate threat state and created a physical foundation for behavioral change. Once the biology is stable, we focus on behavioral momentum. Minute 5 is your first deliberate task. Make your bed. Completing a simple task triggers a dopamine feedback loop, releasing a small hit of dopamine. This initial release creates a domino effect. Securing a victory early trains your brain to complete subsequent tasks, providing drive for the day's complex work. At minute 10, use one feel-good movement. Whether it's stretching or a short walk, physical movement floods the system with endorphins. This raises your emotional baseline and clears any remaining mental fog. By minute 20, you have transitioned the brain from a state of passive, groggy reluctance to one of active, dopamine-fueled momentum. To protect this momentum, you must follow one defensive rule: avoid negative input. No news alerts, no social media scrolling. This model illustrates emotional contamination. Toxic data inputs easily penetrate a brain that hasn't been primed, creating immediate anxiety. By avoiding these inputs, you keep the neural network clear of external stress. At minute 45, set one intention. Tell yourself, "Today I will stay calm," or "Today I will focus on solutions." This provides your brain's internal GPS with a directional filter, allowing it to ignore daily distractions that don't align with your goal. Follow this with the gratitude scan. Humans have an evolutionary negativity bias. We are inherently wired by biology to find problems. Actively identifying 3 positive things lights up the brain's reward pathways and trains your attention to find opportunities rather than threats. Finally, at minute 55, establish a happiness anchor. Use a specific song, quote, or memory to physically condition a positive state before you walk out the door. Completing this 60-minute gauntlet provides the brain with a defensive neurochemical shield, equipping it to process daily stressors without being overwhelmed by them. While these habits improve a single morning, their true power lies in the compound effect over months and years. This is neuroplasticity in action. Repeating these 10 habits daily physically alters the brain's neural architecture. As shown in this macroscopic view, the neural pathways associated with resilience and focus become thicker and more efficient over time. By thickening these neural pathways, you are recalibrating your baseline emotional resilience. What was once a deliberate effort becomes your brain's default setting, allowing you to return to a calm state more quickly after a stressful event. A happy life is a blueprint built by tiny, consecutive morning decisions. The first hour of your day determines the next 16, and eventually it becomes the blueprint for your life. The question is not whether you have the time to execute these habits. The question is, what is the psychological cost of living without them? Which morning habit are you going to start tomorrow? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy psychology and visual self-improvement, subscribe to Kinetic Humor.